what's going on out there, guys? Luke here today, and I want to talk about Palantir Stock. Is this truly a $1 trillion opportunity? And what do the pros think about this stock? But even more importantly, is this stock right for you? We will get answers to those questions and more, and all I really ask for in return is that you just ever so gently tap that like button, or smash it if you're really into smashing things, and subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure you sign up for the private group with discounted pricing still available, which you get that price for life. No matter how high it goes after that, you're locked in forever. You know, if we get hyperinflation like this guy thinks, you don't have to worry about it. And I already uploaded one course for free up there, and a second course should see its first batch of lessons released this weekend. So check that out, it's the first link in the description if you want to join. So what is the opportunity with Palantir Stock? Well, first off, look at the CEO, guys. I mean, seriously, the first time I saw this guy, I thought it was a complete joke. But clearly, he's not a joke, and he's super passionate about the company and what they do and provide for everyone. I don't think there's any denying he's a bit eccentric, and eccentric people tend to innovate and think beyond the Wall Street corporate box. And that can translate into a company that continues to blow the doors off expectations, which of course translates into massive stock price growth. Remember, management team is one of the big three when evaluating a stock, and we talk about that all the time, but I know it's often overlooked. But management teams alone are just one piece of the pie, and I want the whole pie to be there if I'm going to put my money there. So what does Palantir do exactly? There are a ton of great videos out there that deep dive this, and I won't waste your time today rehashing any of that just to stuff more ads into my video. I mean, that right there is a good reason to subscribe, or at least hit that like button. And I'll put a link down in the description to a great video that provides a good overview of what Palantir actually does. But long story short, data mining is the name of the game here. And I believe data mining, and data interpretation is not only the present, but also the future. And those that can master and analyze the data will be the best and will be the winners moving forward. I mean, I think the companies that don't do this are going to die, as the advantages are just too great to overcome if they're not doing it and their competitors are. This fact applies to virtually every business, and what do you know? Palantir provides just that for businesses and for government. With massive customers like Amazon and IBM, they are not some small niche player who's working with the latest hot IPO, which is years away from profitability. But they're instead attached to huge players like Amazon, BP, IBM, and a bunch of others. Does anybody think Amazon is going away? I mean, no. It's growing massively, and their desire for this service that Palantir can deliver will only increase moving forward. But that's not all. Palantir also has an additional layer of safety built into the stock in the form of huge US government contracts. Now, I'm not getting into the politics of it all. You guys know we don't do that here at all. But government contracts provide a huge bottom for the stock, as they are very profitable. And once you kind of have the government using your product, you typically have a huge customer forever. And with very few, if any, companies able to handle the sheer size and scale of the US government, I think these contracts will only increase further, providing a cushion for the stock itself, as it always has this massive source of revenue from the US government. So who is their biggest competition actually? Well, it's Google. But I think they come at this whole data thing from a completely different angle. And by this I mean Palantir is secretive, and Google is basically an open book. So for businesses that do not want an open book for proprietary reasons or other reasons or whatever reasons, Palantir is the clear choice. And with cybersecurity being an emerging threat that both sides of the political aisle here in the US can agree on, and which we all know they can't agree on virtually anything else at all, it makes Palantir the obvious choice in a fight that is just now starting to take off. That right there to me is a 5x to 10x opportunity all on its own. And with over 17 years developing alongside the US government and the privacy measures to meet the unique challenges the government has, Palantir has a massive head start on competitors that I do not think can be overcome. But what exactly are the professional investors doing? I mean, I think we can all agree governments are not exactly the best judges of anything, and we're looking at this as an investment. And from an investment standpoint, you have fund managers like Cathie Wood have been all over this stock for a while, and ARK actually increased their position by over 40% during the correction a few weeks ago. And remember, she stated during that time that this was the time to essentially double down on your highest conviction plays, not to be speculating. Not only did she add big to Tesla and others in her portfolio, but she also added massively to Palantir. So clearly it's a high conviction play for her and her fund, and that is as strong of a recommendation as any if you believe in how they invest over there at ARK Invest. But just because it's right for Cathie doesn't mean it belongs in your portfolio. I mean, if everything she owns is right for you, then just buy her fund and call it a day. So is Palantir right for you? With the stock being down more than 50% from its recent highs, this stock is now very, and I mean very, intriguing. But are you trying to catch a falling knife? Or is this a once-in-a-lifetime chance to pick up a $1 trillion opportunity at prices that will look just crazy in a few years? Or is it something else altogether? Well, I've personally been buying this stock now for a few weeks, as the private group members are well aware of, and many of them have been buying it as well. And we talked about the buy strategy to use to do it correctly and maximize your price without missing out on the stock or overpaying by too much for the stock. But why exactly did I decide to buy it personally? Now remember, this is for entertainment purposes only, don't listen to me. But for me personally, I feel this will be one of those stocks that grows year in and year out, and one day, 5 years from now, you look down and you have a 3x or more on money without having a lot of drama come along with owning those stocks. Palantir has a unique mix of qualities of a large cap government contracting stock with an underlying business that provides tech-like growth. Furthermore, after all the IPO hype dies down, I think you're going to have a lot of steady growth and not the dramatic up and down growth like you see with stocks like Tesla. And that 1000% growth in a year is probably not happening either. So if you're hoping this stock will do that for you, then you just kind of need to look somewhere else in my opinion. Occasionally, it's going to have big run-ups, but it will inevitably settle into long periods of sustained, almost boring growth. But in the end, I think it still turns out to be a 10x opportunity or more, but you get to skip out on the Tesla-style up and down drama you see with other growth stocks. So if you're looking for a less dramatic growth stock with huge potential, then Palantir might be the stock for you to consider. And for more in-depth analysis and discussion on Palantir, and to increase your tools for investing at a fraction of the price of other YouTubers' courses, consider joining our private group. So in addition to the private Discord, my buy and sell alerts, my watch list, live Q&As, exclusive videos that I cannot post here on YouTube, and you actually get direct access to me, you also get all my courses as well, and there's 2 more coming soon. So thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.